Hi, I'm making a competitive drawing game tentatively named Paint Showdown. The idea is that as you draw, you come across new art supplies, which you can keep for yourself or give to your opponents. You can do this to help them with their drawings, or you can give them weird supplies that will sabotage their work. I've been working on this game for about 4 months and it still has a long way to go, but I wanted to take a step back and appreciate what I've accomplished so far. It was surprisingly easy to get up and running with a simple drawing program. I heavily referenced the GD Paint demo on the Godot website. A big inspiration for me was Wiggly Paint by Internet Janitor. Obviously, the wiggly aspect of it is really cute, but I also really like the way that the colored markers lay under the black ones to suggest transparency. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could also mix colors together by layering them on top of each other? Like if you had red and blue paint, you've also unlocked purple. This was a bit of a technical challenge to implement because the additive properties of light color mixing on your screen are obviously different from the way physical paint colors mix. My solution was to mix the colors additively, then write a shader with a lookup table to swap those ugly colors with nicer ones. I can also easily switch the lookup table to get a different color palette, which could later turn into a game setting. Of course, a big focus of my game is the art supplies. Right now I have a bunch of basic drawing pencils, shape tools, stamps, an undo button, and spray paint. I also just made a rainbow pencil, which was really fun. And then there are supplies that are more like debuffs, like this wheel that makes your canvas spin around, or this screaming face that applies a wiggly filter over everything. I had a lot of fun working on the drawing portion of the game, but it didn't feel much like a game on its own, so I added random prompts and a voting element to give players a more clear goal and gameplay loop. It's really simple, and I'm going to expand on it later, but for now, it at least makes the game playable. I really wanted to playtest as soon as possible, so even though the game is not good yet and I'm very embarrassed by it, I scraped together a bare minimum working version on LAN and asked my friends to give it a try. First of all, this exposed a ton of bugs, which I expected to happen. I know I'll probably have to rewrite a lot of it, but even though it was janky, it generally worked, and I ended up getting a lot of good feedback. I had 2 groups play it, and it went really differently each time. The first group was super aggressive about messing each other up with the evil effects, and the second group was dead quiet and focused on their own drawings. But my biggest takeaway was that pretty much no one cared about the various drawing tools I had made, they just used the default pencil. And I don't blame them because I probably would have done the same thing. So I know that for future versions, I want to incentivize players to explore different tools. Like, what if you got a random bonus point for using the most art supplies, like in Mario Party? Or what if your tools got timed out or stolen by other people? I have a ton of ideas, and I'm so excited to throw them at the wall and see what sticks. One of the most important things that I've barely started working on is the characters. I think having characters is going to be really important for making the game more appealing and distinct. I have some ideas sketched out, like here's a guy called Mr. Scribble who's pretty basic and cute and probably going to be the main mascot. Then I have a wizard who would have a focus on picking up spells and magic-y art supplies, a geometric dude who would most likely draw with shapes, and a graffiti artist who would use the spray paints. I'm also planning on making a comic artist that would get halftones, text, speech bubbles, things like that, and maybe a chaos gremlin artist who just uses every art supply available. I think it will be really fun to delve into artist archetypes and art styles while creating these characters. The process of game dev has been extremely fun and rewarding. For so many years, I only thought about making a game and never acted on it. But now that I've started, it feels like there's a never-ending list of things that I want to work on. And unfortunately, I'm having ideas of other games that I want to start making. It's very likely that I'll find myself deep in 5 game projects at the same time. But at least I can say I made decent progress on this one and managed to record my first devlog. Hopefully, more will come soon.